Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. What you're looking at, of course, is a bunch of plastic Marx shells, locomotives. Anyway, I was going through the parts box and I pulled out the nicest 490. Some of these are 490, some are 400. Anyway, I pulled out the nicest 490 body I had, and as you see, this is in really decent condition. White stripe is nice and bright. There's no damage, there's no scuff, there's no broken edges. And I put a Marx double reduction full-size motor in it, as you see. So the same motor is a 666, and I added a traction tire to it. Also, I modified the front of the engine. Now, one of the problems with the 490s and the 400s is the fact that they just have an empty hole with a light shining through the hole with a shroud over it, and so it isn't very effective. Anyway, so what I did was I filed that shroud away, so it's just a flat protrusion, and then put a Marx lens in it, and that really concentrates the light, so it really makes an effective headlight. Anyway, let me get these things off the rail, and I just put this together. So this was just made out of junk. I mean, just stuff out of the parts box, and that double reduction motor is up and running, and this is going to be its first run on the rail. So I just got this new lens installed, put the motor in there. It's been lubed and tuned in fairly decent shape. The 490 itself is in really decent shape, and I'll spray this with some furniture polish and zap it with a soft cloth. It's going to look almost new. So I've got it on the plastic. The new plastic consists 14 cars. Let's turn on the power, and this is going to be the first trip around the rail. I just got this put together. Let's see how this runs. Wow, look at that. Yeah, that's 40% power. And you see how much more effective that headlight is. So this is a really, really nice looking engine. Let's take it up to 50%. All right, here's 50% power. So that is running just absolutely superbly. So I bypassed the E-unit on this motor. This motor was trashed when I got it. Didn't run, didn't even buzz. Anyway, I've been going through all the motors and getting them sorted out. And when I come across a good motor, of course, that's why I have all these plastic bodies. I buy these things. Even if they have micro motors, you can still put full-size motors in them. And so they come in really handy. A lot of stuff is came as parts. A lot of stuff came as 400s with motors in them that didn't run. And anyway, I modified this one. Like I said, it was the nicest 490 body I had. And the 490 and the 400 are virtually identical. Not much difference in them at all. Dimensionally, they're identical. And so just by putting that double reduction motor in this engine, and then modifying the front to accept a plastic lens instead of just having that empty hole, this came out to be a really, really nice little locomotive. And it has the same motor as the 666. It doesn't have a whole lot of weight, so I added a traction tire. And as you saw, it is running just absolutely perfectly. Let's take it around again. Nice and smooth, good acceleration, running on a minimum of power. As you see, it looks nice, it runs good. So Marx 490 made out of parts on the new plastic consist. So this looks almost new. The entire train. A little bit of cleanup and you'd never know that this is 60 years old. So I just want to do a quick video on this. I just got this thing put together, and it only took a minute to modify this. And what I did was I just took a fine file. Let me get this in focus. There we go. And then just filed the shroud away, as you see. And it left a perfect surface to mount that lens. Same lens that's in the 999, almost the same anyway. And I put a bit of glue on it, a glue stick, just to make sure it doesn't pop out of there. And it's really effective on concentrating the light. You can do the same thing with a piece of lucite rod, or even a clear plastic rod if you can find one. You can just cut off small pieces, and they turn into really, really effective lenses. Just a solid piece of plastic in there. It works really well. So anyway, a modified 490 double reduction 666 motor with a traction tire, pulling 14 plastic Marx cars. So you really can't beat the price. I mean, this thing was made out of stuff out of the parts box, and it actually came out quite nice. And the new lens looks good. It runs really well. It's got a 666 double reduction motor in it, and it costs virtually nothing, just made out of parts. So just wanted to do a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.